Achieving global climate goals is possible when the uneven distribution of financing amongst all the divide is addressed. Africa is already challenged with a huge financial gap in meeting her mitigation and adaptation actions. Ghana's Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. Samuel Jinapor, raised this concern at a panel discussion organized by the United Kingdom during the just-ended COP28 in Dubai. Clara Mlano reports.
The discussion looked at financing climate action for the land use and forest sector globally, acknowledging the great strides so far in mobilizing funds to tackle climate change worldwide. Distribution of monies seemed one-sided, with a chunk deployed to the energy sector being renewable energy, followed by the transport sector. With its existing vulnerabilities, Africa, a lower-emitting continent, is reeling harder from the impacts of climate change. Yet, funds meant to push adaptation and mitigation policies and programs further are not forthcoming as anticipated. COP28 saw significant financial commitments from oil and gas firms and countries, especially host country the United Arab Emirates, tailored at keeping temperatures at the set target. Ghana's Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. Samuel Jinapor, calling for equity and justice, said financial channels must rather favor the most vulnerable, impacted and affected by climate change.
From COP15 in Copenhagen, when it was promised that $100 billion is going to be allocated to developing countries for climate action, to the commitments which have been made throughout successive COPs, and some of the commitments which have been made here in Dubai during this COP28, and given that we've agreed that this COP is a stock-taking COP, we need to walk the talk, and we need to honor the commitment. And honoring the commitment means honoring commitments to raise the necessary financing, carbon financing, bilateral financing, multilateral financing to support forest and nature-based climate action, particularly forest countries like Ghana, like Gabon, like Congo, like Brazil, like Indonesia, and all of these forest countries which can contribute meaningfully to halting climate change in the world.
A representative from an indigenous group pointed out that the phenomenon is pressing hard against indigenous people with limited financial, institutional, and human capacity. Other panelists called for an increase in investments as well as closing the financial gap to keep everyone on the same path towards net zero. The discussion was on the theme, Standing at the Crossroads, Maximizing Finance for Forest Carbon, the Way Forward. Clara Mlano, GBC News.